Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies. I'm currently bullying a Tiger II with my T114, as you do, but the focus of this video is going to be what happens after I meet my unfortunate, untimely end. I'm definitely playing a little bit more aggressively than I would if I wanted to survive, because I want to fly some gas. Excuse me, ran out of air while I was talking somehow. Close air support is by far the most enjoyable and relaxing, even thrilling aspect of War Thunder for me. Getting into helicopters has been very, very exciting for me, maybe a little bit too exciting. So for this event, I should say getting back into helicopters, because I've been there from back in the closed beta. But the A2D. I cannot more highly recommend an aircraft for close air support than the A2D. There really is nothing that brings all of the pieces together the way this aircraft does. But we're not going to be dropping bombs today, and this is one of the reasons. Well, there we are. Dislodging our bombs. We're ditching them, okay? Because we see someone behind us. He's got 2 engines. He's hungry for our blood, and he's not stalling out as quickly as I'd really like him to. But because he's a 2-engine something or other, I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk and roll over into the vertical, and yes, indeed, we catch him just as he's stalling and put some good hits into him with our fairly reliable 20mm cannons. Now, these are guns that can deal with roof armor of most ground targets from close range. I set my convergence to 600, and that generally works fairly well for me against tanks, and they absolutely shred aircraft as well. And here we get into why the A2D is such an exceptional attacker, and that is, it's a jet. And it's one of the few turboprop jets that really feels like a turbo. Look at this thing climb. Look at this. It's ridiculous. It's a freaking rocket. Once you ditch the ordnance on this thing, it just goes up. Now, maneuvering, you bleed off a lot of energy, and you do recover that energy quickly, but that means that you are a dedicated boom and zoomer when it comes to the combat playstyle. But look at the climb on this thing. It's ridiculous. Don't you agree, baby Zoe? It's ridiculous. She's hoping I have another sausage biscuit over here, which was supposed to be for me, baby Chongi, but all I have are these. You want a cracker? You want a cracker? Okay. You are so beautiful. You are precious. Okay, here we are, identifying another enemy aircraft, and the skies were abuzz with enemy props and an Me-262 today, and this is the next best thing after the A2D, which falls far behind. The DOE 335, actually surprisingly tanky and vast of an aircraft, with that good 30mm MK103, depending upon the model, by 1 or 3 for the premium version, along with bombs on a couple of the models. I think there's like 3 or 4 different models of DOE 335 in the German line, but it has so many more weaknesses and design compromises than the A2D. Understandably, you're getting similar levels of speed out of a much more primitive design just by sheer force of will and decision making. And yet, not only did he not have the energy to deal with us, but he lacks in maneuverability. He locks up at high speed. A2D just does not give a fnuffle, and it doesn't take any prisoners either. Again, with those good cannons, with a ground strike American level of ammunition available that's going to see us through the rest of this match. Now, I thought about going back to base to refuel and rearm. No need to repair. We actually haven't taken a hit. And along those lines, while I'm definitely in love with the A2D now, it is something of a learning process because it's not really a jet. You can't get those straight line speeds the way a jet can. You have to climb and then dive. And if you climb and then dive, you can catch an ME-262. Maybe. But it's better just to spray and pray and set his engine on fire, wouldn't you agree? Almost every time that I've died as a Schwalbe in an air RB match, it's been to someone either in an American jet that can easily catch me. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Or to someone that's spraying and praying. So I've learned, okay, I've learned how to kill these things by being killed. And that is definitely a satisfying kill. I'm not sure if that was a narwhal. I always assume that it's going to be something that's showing up for ground strike reasons. The 4x MK108 ME-262 is a little bit less popular in matches than it used to be, and the higher battle rating certainly doesn't help, along with the fact that there is a fantastic Squadron Research version that has a little bit of everything all crammed into the nose the way you do. And we're seeing more enemy aircraft spawn in, and we are just absolutely at our leisure. I tell you, sir, we are a man of leisure and comfort, entertaining ourselves by booming and zooming on enemy aircraft this day. And this is just the kind of relaxing and yet stimulating gameplay that I come to the close air support game for. We got enemy ground fire coming up toward us. We're going to have ally ground fire coming up toward us because allied SPAA does not give a rip what name tag you have if you're following a dot that doesn't have an ally marker on it. But look at how fast we recover our energy. It's a thought. It's a brief moment outside of our booming and zooming that we can recover all of our energy, more than enough to make up for the 1 kilometer altitude and certain airspeed of energy that's given to enemy aircraft spawning in, and we can just absolutely pick our targets, pick our moment, hope they don't crash into the ground. It's like a 50-50 chance, and trust me, I've been there, okay? I've spent a lot of time flying close air support, and the first few matches, you just spent crashing into the terrain because you don't know your plane. So I don't blame people who accidentally slam into the terrain. And you know what? If you're going to intentionally drop your bombs in your target as you penetrate them with your airframe, you know what? You waste your spawn points how you want to waste your spawn points. I'm going to be having a good time with mine. Anyway, that's been a look at a match that's been really fun for me during this event. I have a huge headache. I'm going to keep on playing matches even though the servers are potatoes today, and I'm going to get me a second rocket in the sky within the next 2 days. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!